With the lack of promotion from Sean O'Malley and Marab for this UFC 306 fight, the one thing that I feel like I am more surprised is Juliana Pena and Kayla Harrison out promoting Sean O'Malley and Marab. I'll explain that a little bit more, but before I get into it, if you guys can, please hit the subscribe button. And again, let's just shoot for 10 likes on this video. Anyways, let's get into it. So with Juliana Pena's last fight, against Raquel Pennington when she won the belt, this fight that has been brewing with her and Caleb Harrison was a much needed fight, especially with her in the press conference when before she fought Raquel Pennington. That's that fight week. Forgot the number of that one. It looked like they were fighting each other. If you showed someone, a friend of yours that never watched UFC, and they had to guess who was fighting each other, they probably thought it was Pena versus Kayla Harrison. But thankfully, right things happen, and now they're finally going against each other. The press conference that happened, not too long ago. Again, they were talking their shit, and it's kind of nice to see, a fight, of two people not liking each other, especially with the lackluster promo that's been happening on UFC 306. With Sean O'Malley being a little bit more serious on his things, and Marab kind of being hit or miss, to be honest, with his interviews and being in press conferences, etc. So I kind of want to show one clip that kind of exemplifies everything that I have been talking about. If there's one clip to kind of show and make the fight exciting between Juliana Pena and Raquel Harrison for UFC 306. They had a face off not too long ago, and Juliana Pena was really talking her shit. Here's the clip.
Warranted underneath this career. So therefore, I have nothing to lose. She has to beat me. She has to knock me out. She has to submit me. That's her only chance to victory. Otherwise, she's gonna what? Lay on me for 25 minutes? Everybody's already counting me out anyway. So what difference does it make? I have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. And the disrespect and all of the people saying, oh, she's gonna take her out in the first 20 seconds. You ain't Ronda Rousey. Guarantee you're not gonna take me out in 20 seconds.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. First of all, I'm not Ronda because Ronda couldn't win an Olympic gold medal. And second of all, you are a great fighter.
She beat you. She beat you, didn't she? Ronda beat you.
Doesn't hold a candle to my career, and it doesn't matter because it's not about that.
Beat
You
you,
and I are going
and
to get
wasn't it your manager that was
you and
literally
I are going to
saying
get
that
locked
you're going
inside
to
of a cage,
surpass all
and
of
I've
Ronda's
prepared 25
accomplishments?
hard
You
minutes.
haven't been able to
I
do
know
that
you're going to
yet.
bring it on. I know you've got nothing to lose. I know that you're going to throw the kitchen sink at me because you have no idea how you're going to beat me. And on June 7th, I'm going to put a hurting on you.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, I'm so scared she's going to put a hurting on me.
Don't be scared, honey.
All right. Well, folks.
That's just one of many back and forths that, I thought has been really hilarious with this whole buildup. But I think, that right there, made me more excited about this fight, quite honestly. I think, that's what's missing, not only with just WMMA, I feel like with MMA as a whole, just people talking their shit and then, getting people kind of interested, being slick with what they say and, tuning into their fights at the end of the day. And I think, Juliana, I'm not saying that she's doing that the best now, but she definitely has the potential because in order to still like talk her shit like that and keep it going, you obviously have to talk the talk and then walk the walk as well. So I feel like on the business side of the UFC, a lot of people may say, "Oh, they probably want Kayla Harrison to win." I don't think so. I don't think they mind if Kayla Harrison wins, but I feel like you know the way that she's talking with these UFC interviews and these press conferences, they probably prefer if Pena wins. I think the only thing that they may be upset with the Pena, I don't say upset, the concern with Pena with wanting her to be the face of WMMA is her activity within the UFC because her activity is not the best. But my counter with it is, honestly, activity within the UFC hasn't been that best as a whole with a lot of fighters. And yeah, that's essentially my counter with that statement. But yeah, I think, honestly, um, she could really take over WMA if she keeps it up with the way that she's talking and if she gets the wins. But if you guys like this video and want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments about what you guys think, especially with how she has been, doing with the promo side of things, everything like that with this UFC 316 fight week.